Good morning, One Life. It is May 17th. Welcome back to Church Online. We are super excited to be with you this morning, and even more excited because it seems like the quarantine is finally coming to an end. As a matter of fact, we're going to share some of our plans with you this morning of how we plan to reopen, and we are happy, maybe even a little sad, to announce that we only have 2 weeks of online church left, this week and next week, and then May 31st is the target date that we're going to be moving back to having church right here on the campus. I know you're ready and we're ready, so we want to give you some details about that this morning. So like I said, it's going to be very different, as you can imagine, from church that we're used to having. There's so many guidelines and things that we have to follow, especially in phase one. And we know that everyone's not going to be able to make it. And actually, that's one of the things that we've been talking about, and our staff and our team have been talking about, is there's no way to make everyone happy in this situation. I mean, whatever decision you make, there are going to be people that think you should have done more, think you should have done less. So what we're encouraging each family to do is to decide whether what we are doing is right for you and your family, depending on your circumstances. For some people, you might be ready to go, hey, week one, let's do this. For others, it might be better if you continue to watch online for a few weeks, and that's going to be a decision that each family has to make. So here are a few things that you can expect if you do come and attend church on May 31st. One is no childcare. We're not going to be having childcare for the first few weeks. We don't really know how long that's going to last. But we're just not able to enforce the social distancing that we're required to enforce with children at this point.
And we've talked with a few moms, and really, I think there's still that hesitancy to put them all in there in a big crowd. And you guys that have kids know. I mean, my kids are 12 and 10. And we went to the store the other day, and I was like, quit touching your face. Did you just touch your shoe? So it's just impossible.
So, I mean, at some point, we have to get over it and move forward. But in the beginning, we're not going to be doing child care, and we're not sure how long that'll last, but we'll be making those announcements on a week-by-week basis. So if you do bring your family to church, your children will be with you in service. So that, again, that's a choice each family will have to make. Do I have a family that works? Or do I have a family that's like, there ain't no way I'm bringing my kids to church?
Because we'll still be doing live stream. People can still
Correct.
watch.
Of course, we will still be doing live stream. It will not be this broadcast, but it will be a live stream of the service that's happening in the worship center.
Pastor, what about social distancing in the worship center?
So number 2, social distancing. We will be enforcing certain measures with social distancing. So the seating arrangements in the worship center are going to be very different. Of course, families can sit close to each other, but then beyond that, there has to be 6 feet between everyone. So that's going to be a challenge, but when you come in, you're going to notice that. So as part of the social distancing, all of our team members, staff, key volunteers will be required to wear masks and gloves. And again, each new phase, new requirements are coming out. But so in the beginning, that will be the case. As far as you and the members that are attending, you will not be required to wear a mask. That will be totally up to your discretion. Some people will choose to, others will not, and that will not be a problem. But if you do choose to wear a mask, it is bring your own mask. So if you have one, bring it.
BYOM.
Yeah, BYOM.
So on that, when you walk in, you'll notice that you'll go straight into the worship center, correct? They are requiring us, basically, you guys will be able to stay with your household. You cannot interact physically with another family. It's going to make church different, but...
It's going to be different, and we're going to do our best. Certain areas of the church will be closed, which is what you're referring to, coffee bar, those types of things, a children's area, the halls and things, those will be closed. And so really what they're wanting us to do is come straight into the worship center. They're really wanting us to avoid the foyer altogether so that people don't congregate together. And so that's the goal. But I think naturally we're going to have reduced numbers and things in the beginning. So again, we're going to follow that as the best that we can.
We will have different cleaning standards. We're not going to go into the long list of cleaning standards, but we will be keeping those areas that you guys, like the restroom that you have to use, we'll be using some deeper methods to disinfect and clean.
Now, for those families that do choose to bring out their kids and infants and everything like that, the nursery is currently not in use. So that room is being converted to a family room for families that have like a nursing infant or something like that. If a mom needs to slip out of service and bring a child in there, we will have that available for changing diapers and things like that.
We'll have the live stream, so whatever's happening in service will be happening in that room. We know that little ones, like 2 and under, it's hard to sit in the main service. So,
hey guys, I want to remind everybody this and encourage you with this. In this time, there really is no perfect time for you to come back to church. Everyone's going to have reasons why it would just be easier to wait, and I understand that. But at some point, we've got to push past the discomfort and go, hey, it's important that we meet. It's important that we gather and kind of overcome this fear and what's happened in our nation. And so, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of discomfort no matter what your situation is. But at some point, you just got to push past it and start gathering again as the church, and we trust you as families to make those decisions about when that's best. But just remember, there's not going to be a perfect time.